Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy GG, aka Gert Gaming, and we are back today with another Warlock build video. Today we're going to be going over Arc. I thought I would just show you guys the drip my Warlock is working with right now. And, well, once we load into the game, we'll go over obviously the fragments and aspects for the class. We'll go over the armor mods and the weapon mods. We're also going to be taking it into the Legend Lost sector, which is on Europa today. That has anti-barrier and overload. It's also got void burn and void shields, so the weaponry will obviously be to go into that. So you can always change out the weapons for whatever you're running or whatever you feel comfortable with. So starting, we have Healing Rift, or you can use Empower if you're in team play. I like Healing Rift because of the survivability. The jump doesn't matter. I like Ball Lightning. The Chain Lightning is honestly almost the same, except while you're amplified, one chains and one releases an additional lightning strike, and then we're running Storm Grenades because Storm Grenades are just the best arc grenade in my opinion, unless you're using an exotic that affects the grenade. Our two aspects, we have Arc Soul, so you cast your Rift to create an Arc Soul. It'll shoot at targets. Allies that pass through your Rift gain an Arc Soul, and while you're amplified, the Arc Souls are supercharged and gain an increased fire rate. That gives us 2 fragment slots. We have Electrostatic Mind, so defeating targets with arc abilities or defeating jolted or blinded targets makes ionic traces, which when we get to our exotic, that'll be helping the ionic traces. And collecting an ionic trace makes you amplified. Come down to our fragments, we have Spark of Resistance. While surrounded, you're more resistant to incoming damage and you get passive 10 strength. We have Spark of Shock. Our arc grenades jolt targets, and that does take away 10 discipline. But with the build that we're running, the ionic traces and the wells that we'll be creating, we'll be able to, get our grenade back quick enough that the minus 10 discipline doesn't hurt us. We have Spark of Discharge. Our arc weapon final blows have a chance to create an ionic trace. We are running an arc heavy, and it's one that I have grown to like a lot. It's from the new dungeon. It's the LMG. And then we have Spark of Magnitude. Our lingering arc grenades, so Storm, have extended duration. So next we'll go to our exotic, which is the Fallen Sunstar. Ionic traces we create move faster and grant more ability energy, and nearby allies also gain ability energy whenever we collect one, so it's good for solo and team play. I threw on Resilience. If you guys don't know, when Lightfall comes, they're going to be changing how Resilience works. Instead of 40% damage resistance, it's going to go down to 30, but it's still going to be worth it. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Maduffy. Or no, Goddess Yami. I'm tripping. I'm looking at chat. So, we have the Resilience mod. We have our Fusion Rifle Ammo Finder, which actually, at the moment, we're not using a Fusion Rifle. One of the weapons you could use to throw into this build would be Delicate Tomb, which is a Ionic Trace beast. So that would really go well with this build, but because I'm taking into a Legend Lost sector to show its effectiveness, I couldn't put it on there because of champion mods. So that would be not necessarily bad for high-end content. It's a great ad clear weapon. It's great for getting ionic traces and ability energy back, but for this exact instance it didn't work. So then we have Hands On. You gain bonus super energy on melee kills. We have a range charged melee, so that'll help. And then I put on Seeking Wells. Also next season, they're taking away weapon and armor mod affinities, so we'll be able to use well mods more effectively without having to have different armor type affinities. So yeah, that's all happening post Lightfall. We have a recovery mod on our arms, because as a Warlock you want high recovery and high resilience. That way you don't die instantly, and you get your rift back as quickly as possible. We've got anti-barrier and overload, and then we have elemental ordnance. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well of your subclass type. A resilience mod on the chest, energy diffusion substrate, resistance to all damage dealt by combatants. I threw on resilient retrofit. You won't be able to do that next season. This is the first time they've had these kind of mods be seasonal mods, so if they do that, then you'll be able to do that. But I mean, we still have about a month before Lightfall, so this is still definitely viable for a good amount of time. And then we have elemental armaments. Like I said, we're running an Arc LMG, so we'll be able to make wells from our LMG and from our grenades. We go down to legs. Again, I've got the fusion rifle on there because I was using Delicate Tomb before. We've got a recovery mod. The insulation is just, I had one left over, so I thought I would throw something on there. It's not an Orb of Power build, so you're not going to be making a crap ton of them, but every once in a while you might make one, and then that'll, pop a little. If you do a hybrid build or a full build, you can do like Charge with Light and stuff like that. And then we have Elemental Light. Defeating a combatant with our super spawns an Elemental Well that matches our subclass energy type. I'm not using Chaos Reach, I'm using the Tickle Fingers, so that'll hopefully allow us to create multiple wells, which will then allow us to get our abilities quickly back from using our super. As far as weapons, I'm using my Chattering Bone. It's got Kill Clip and High Impact with a minor spec. I'm using Doom of Chelchis, Explosive and Repulsor, because of the Void Shields and the Overload in the Lost Sector. And then this is my Terminus Horizon with Triple Tap and Target Lock. It's a great LMG. The Target Lock really helps for its DPS potential, and the Triple Tap helps get ammo back, and it has 55 round magazine. I threw a boss spec on that. It has reload speed. I haven't masterworked it yet, but that's pretty good, especially if you're in a well, which we'll most likely be using well when we do our solar Warlock build, so stay on the lookout for that. But let's go ahead and head to Europa, and we will go to this Lost Sector, and I will show you how the build operates. Now, full disclosure, I do play on my PC with a controller. I'm not very good at mouse and keyboard, and I've been playing console a lot longer, so for me it's easier. I don't know what it is in my settings. I've tried really hard to fix it, but for some reason when I boost with my Sparrow, it'll give me like 2 seconds of boost, and then it just slows down. So I don't know what's up with that. But it might take us a little bit to get over there. I'll show you guys what I mean. You get like the 2 seconds of boost, and then it just goes back to like regular speed. And the brake isn't on because the back tail lights aren't going. So I don't know what it is, but it's kind of inconvenient. That's why a lot of my build videos have been done on my Series S, just because the UI is a lot easier to manage. So I don't know what's up with that, but technical issues of the UI aside, we will get there very shortly, and I will show you guys the build. I have already ran the Lost Sector. With this exact build, I was getting like sub 7-minute runs. It's already a pretty easy Lost Sector. I forget the name. I don't think it's Perdition, but it's the Vex one where you have to shoot the cages and free the Braytech battle frames and then fight the Hydra. So it's already a super easy Lost Sector, even as far as Legends are concerned. We might try the Master. I'm not exactly sure what the light level on that is offhand. I know the Legends 1580, which we're like 1588 right now, and not all the stuff I have on my Warlock right now is even Pinnacle cap, so I was gonna say we're just not gonna jump. Get that speed. speed boost going from the amplified off one melee. Alright, here we are. So as you can see, we've got Void Burn, Void Shields, Shocker, and we have Anti-Barrier and Overload. So we will see 1610. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to run that on my Warlock, but we'll run the Legend on here. I'll show you the rotation as far as the mechanics of the build, and you know, you can decide for yourself if it's something you want to copy or modify and use. Obviously, Arc is very good. Of all the 3.0 subclasses, I think Arc is probably the best, and then Void, and then Solar. What's going on, Yummy? I appreciate you hopping in the chat. As you can see, that LMG just smacked that Overload champion. And as you can see from that Ionic Trace, I mean, none of our stats were above. Hell yeah! Grab a coffee. Don't want to get hangry. But none of our stats were even, you know, like over, I'd say like 70, and we have no problem getting our abilities back very quickly. And, you know, you could always run this build and not focus on Ionic Traces and use something like Eye of Another World or any other exotic that would give you, you know, ability energy back for meeting some kind of criteria. And as you can see, the Arc Soul really does put in works even on this champion. It's like having another source of primary weapon damage. You could always have more coffee. And always remember, when you're in your super and you're using this specific super, you can still throw down a rip, throw a grenade. One thing you can't do is melee, but I mean at that point you're using your super, which is obviously going to deal more damage than your melee. Whip that melee right there. And as you can see, you saw it right there, the Fallen Sunstar, the amount of ability energy you get back from the Ionic Traces is, you know, pretty significant. I'm gonna die right here. course the overload map was going to go right by the boss. And of course he would get stunned behind the boss. Is he not going to push up? He's just going to stay down there? There you go. Oh no! That was almost bad, guys. Almost. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I shouldn't have pushed that. But it's okay, because we've got 6 more reses. You're good, y'all. And boom. There we go. He's gone. Oh, the overload's fighting the super. No. Can't fight the LMG though. So yeah, easily, you know, sub 6.5 minute run, Legend Lost Sector. Actually, let me see who's, check and see who's on right now. Playing Fortnite, what a guy. But yeah, guys, so that is my Arc Warlock build. You can always see him here first on Twitch, but I will be putting this up on YouTube with the other Destiny 2 builds. Next, we'll probably do Void, and then we'll finish off Solar, and then we will move on to the Hunter PvE builds. Once we get done with all the PvE builds, we'll start doing PvP builds, and I'm probably just going to do like 1 per class. I already have an idea of what exotics I'm going to use and what weapons I'm going to use. You'll probably be seeing some duplicates, I'm just giving you a heads up. But yeah, so that's where we're going to leave off the Destiny 2 for today. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys here next time. See ya!